back to my channel. This is ChristyRocksXO, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys another recipe. So I'm so excited to share this with you. In my family we call this a guiso. I think some people call this chile con carne, or I don't know what they might call it, but we call it a guiso. I think I'm going to have to title it chile con carne because I don't know if a lot of people know what a guiso is. But my mom's from New Mexico and this is what she calls it, so I call it a guiso as well. So what you're gonna need for this is some beef cubes. Here I have some beef cubes. I went ahead and I cut these cubes down a little smaller. Then I have some papas right here. I'm gonna use 4 papas. Then you're gonna need some tomato sauce. You're also gonna need a can of corn. You could put 2 depending on how much you're making. You can always double this. This is just for 2 people, but we will have this for a couple of days. So yeah, so you're gonna need a can of corn. You're gonna need some chicken bouillon. You're gonna need some black pepper, some salt, some garlic powder. I always use garlic powder. I never use garlic salt because I don't like to over salt my food. And here you're gonna need some homemade chile. This chile was made by my mom and it is extremely spicy and so good. I'll be putting up an iCard right above this and you can go ahead and go watch how she makes her chile. So that's all you're gonna need. Oh, and back here you're gonna need some olive oil. You can use vegetable oil, but I choose to use olive oil. So this is all you're gonna need for this recipe. So let's go ahead and let's start cooking. All right, so let's go ahead and start cooking. So my pan here is on high. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put some olive oil. So I put about a tablespoon of olive oil. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the meat. I've already went ahead and washed my meat and I pre-cut this meat into smaller cubes. When you go to the grocery store, it's already in cubes, but they're kind of big. So I went ahead and cut it down a little more. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start to brown my meat. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start adding in my seasoning. I'm gonna start with a garlic powder. So I probably put about a tablespoon of garlic because I like a lot of garlic. So a tablespoon of garlic. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt, and I say I'd add about 2 to 3 teaspoons of salt. You don't want to over salt things, so just go ahead and add, you know, to your liking. So then here I'm gonna go ahead and add some pepper, and I say I add about 1.5 teaspoons of pepper, maybe 2 teaspoons. Now this meal was taught to me by my mom. So here you're gonna want to go ahead and you're gonna want to brown your meat. Okay, so while the meat is cooking, you want to go ahead and cut your papas. My honey's here in the kitchen with me. He's going to help me cut my papas because he's so amazing at cutting them. I just love him for it. So I actually taught him how to cut these papas because there's a certain way that I kind of like my papas cut. I like them in like an octagon shape. I don't really like them in like a square shape or in any other shape. So he's gonna go ahead and show you how we cut our papas. Alright, so here he's gonna go ahead and show you how we achieve our octagon shaped cut papas. Go ahead and show him, my love. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, this is how we get our octagon shapes. So let me see the papa. So see here how there's like a little octagon shape here, you can kind of see it. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take your knife and cut that and then move around the papa, just look for another octagon shape. And you kind of want to keep your papas cut the same thickness, especially if you're making just regular papas, because then they won't cook at the same time. So as you can see, this is the shape I like my papas. It's like a messed up octagon, but it's as best as I can explain it. Okay, so once your meat comes to this point here, it's already caramelized. It kind of went a little longer than expected because I was over here helping with the papas. So anyways, next you want to go ahead and add your water. I brought my temperature down to low. So here I'm adding in, I'm gonna add 4 cups of water. So now I brought my heat back up to medium. Here's another 2 cups, so total is 4 cups of water, which I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add another 2 cups of water. So far 6 cups of water. Okay, so here I have 6 cups of water total. So what I'm going to go ahead and do next is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my chicken bouillon. Alright, and next I'm going to be adding about half a cup of this 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and add half of the can. And now I brought my heat back up to high because I want to bring this to a boil. Alright, so now you want to go ahead and you want to marinate your broth. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put just a little bit more of garlic powder. So I'd say I'm going to put in about half of a tablespoon. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of salt, because remember you already salted your meat, so it already has some flavor. It doesn't need that much salt. And then I'm going to go ahead and add another tablespoon of pepper, maybe 2 teaspoons. I'm sorry. You're going to add 2 teaspoons of pepper. And you're going to just want to stir it and get everything nice and combined. And at this point, go ahead and taste your broth. Okay, next up you want to go ahead and add in your chile. I had a clip of adding the chile, but I lost it. I'm so sorry. So I went ahead and added 3 tablespoons of chile. Depending on how hot you want it, go ahead and add more or less. I like mine more of a mild. So next up, after you add your chile, you want to go ahead and put a lid on it. Bring it to a medium heat, and you're going to want to boil it for about 45 minutes until the meat is tender. About 45 minutes since my meat has been boiling. I've already tasted a piece and the meat is nice and tender and it's nice and soft. So that's what you want. You want your meat to be nice and soft. And the whole time I had this on about a medium heat. So as you can see, some of the water has evaporated. But that's okay, because once I add my papas, if I need to add more water, then I will. So next up, let's go ahead and let's add our papas. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my papas. Be careful when you add your papas because this will splash. This is so good, you guys. If you've never had a guiso, try this. It is so good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add my corn. So it's looking like I'm not gonna need more water. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and okay, so now that I have my meat, my corn, and my papas combined, I'm gonna go ahead and bring my heat between medium and low heat. I'm gonna put a lid on and I'm gonna cook my papas for 20 minutes. Don't overcook your papas because they will get mushy, so 20 minutes is perfect. So now that I've let the papas cook for 20 minutes, this is what it's looking like. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn it off. Oh my gosh, and it's done. It is so good. Look at this. This is what you want the papas to look like. You don't want them to be mush. You want so good. All right, so here it is, you guys. It's all done. It's nice and ready to eat. I'll go ahead and show you when I plate it up. It is so good. It's a nice and yummy. And the meat is nice and soft. Like it just tears apart. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright you guys, so here you have it. I have it all plated up. So we eat ours with beans and also some sour cream and some extra chile on the side. So here's the chile con carne. It is so good. The meat is nice and tender. The potatoes are nice and done. So good. If you guys try out this recipe, please leave me a comment down below. It is so good. So until next time you guys, XO till I overdose. Bye.